summing up for me to so far. Are you happy with how things have panned out? Have you achieved your goals and everything?
Well, we started off by presenting this period in the context of the overall plan for football in the country, which we call Vision 2022.
Yeah.
Which means that in football you plan in 4-year periods.
Yeah.
The first period now has ended in 2019. It was 2014 to 2019. We were voted into office towards the end of 2013. We went to a workshop. So in January 2014, we launched Vision 2022. So from 2014 to the end of 2019, we then say, what are the achievements? One, the under 17 boys or men's team went to the World Cup. Under 17 girls went to the World Cup. Of course, you go to the World Cup via Africa, and therefore you go to SAFA, to AFCON, and then to the World Cup. Under 20 team men went to 2 consecutive World Cups. In 2017 in Korea and 2019 in Poland. The under 23 men went to 2 consecutive Olympics, 2016 in Rio and now 2020 in Tokyo. Banyana went to the 2016 Olympics. Bafana went to AFCON in 2015 and again in 2019, and 2019 in Egypt last year. They made it to the quarterfinals. So that is the performance of our teams at international level. That has never happened before in the history of South African football. But in addition to that, we launched the National Women's League, again a first for the country. The fact that Banyana went to World Cup in France 2019 is also a first for the country. And we now have to make an evaluation of what has been achieved and what are the challenges for the period 2020 or 2019 to 2022. Now, 2 other things that may have not been noticed by South Africans. We have 63 players in Europe. These players, about 60% of them are 18 and younger. And then the Percy Taus and Zungus, Kamogelo, and these people are known to South Africa. But we have a high number of young players. The second thing that may have been unnoticed is a high number of women footballers in Europe now. In Europe, in Asia, and also in the United States. We have 20 women players playing outside the borders of the country. And that was important for us. Of course, we have a Fun Valley. It was our national academy that we have made over 100 million investment, and we are building more infrastructure there. So overall, we have delivered, I think, on the things that we set out. For the next period, and 2020 in particular, is a huge challenge for all of our teams again. One, the under 17 girls team will play against Zambia in the beginning of the World Cup qualification. Under 20 team has beaten Zambia in Zambia and played a draw at home, so they into the next round for the under 20 Women's World Cup. Of course, only next year the men will start with the qualification for under 20 World Cup. As far as Banyana is concerned, they start with friendlies. They play one now in March against Lesotho, and then they play Mali in April in preparation for their qualification for the AFCON. The AFCON of next year will be the AFCON that have qualification to 2022, and in 2022 they will qualify for the World Cup for women in 2023.
So in terms of Vision 22, are you happy with the progress that has been made? Do you feel that by 2022 we will have achieved all the objectives that we had set out to achieve in terms of that document?
Well, not 100%, because we said in 2022 we must have in 2022 a Bafana team that has gone through under 17 World Cup, under 20 World Cup, Olympics, and then they must graduate into Bafana. In the past, when the player is selected for Bafana, it is very often his first cap at international football at any level. And I think that by and large we have achieved that. The under 17 team that went to the under 17 World Cup, they went to the under 20 World Cup, they went to the Olympics, and the second generation of those players went to, it's now created another group of players who's going to the Tokyo Olympics. If you look at the players in the team for the Tokyo Olympics, you will see many of them were in the under 20 World Cup. So they will go into Bafana with an average of 50 to 70 caps, most of those players. And that is what gave teams like Brazil, when the players go to Brazil senior team, they go to 70 to 100 caps. So I think in that regard, we have been quite successful. The same with the women's sides. Many of the girls played under 17 World Cup. They are now playing for qualification for the under 20 World Cup. They've been to the Olympics, and many of them have graduated to